Because we have to agree that America right now, the United States of America, is sitting on the hot seat of evolution. And we're not doing it right. And yet, as an American citizen, I feel that we're programmed by the vision of this country, of our country, as probably at the roots of every culture there is a similar programming. But ours is overt, because if you look at the dollar bill, there it says it. My campaign fundraising technique will be read the dollar and give it. And I've actually raised quite a few dollars that way, because people pull out dollar bills, they read it, say, oh, and they give it to me. It's very nice. And what does it say on the dollar bill? It says, E pluribus unum, out of many, one. Now that is an evolutionary goal, and it doesn't mean just people in one country. It's like, it's the whole world, out of many, one. That's what's on the dollar bill. Then it says, in God we trust, one. Also a pretty obvious statement. It's not hidden at all. And then over there on the left it says, Novus Ordo Seclorum, new order of the ages. And there is an unfinished pyramid with a cosmic eye. Now that symbolizes to me that when we combine our building power with our spiritual wisdom, we collectively, we the human race, will build a new order of the ages. And doesn't that sound like the new pattern in the Prigogine model that will come when we, out of many, we become one? It sounds like an evolutionary perception that's encoded in the founding of this country, of the United States. And then above that it says, Annuit Coeptis. He favors this enterprise. Whoa. Now the founding fathers were Masons, and that goes through Rosicrucians. And what we're really talking about is the perennial wisdom of the human race. It's encoded, I would think, in just about every national psyche somewhere. But since and you'll forgive me for talking about the United States, and what I've been saying is that we need to do it nation by nation and region by region. So I'm not saying the United States in any way is superior, better than, worse than. I'm just saying, first of all, we can cause more damage than any country in the world. So it's more important that we learn than any country in the world. And secondly, we attracted people from all over the world who came for something new. Let's do it. That's going to be the campaign. We came here to do it. Let's do it. Let's build. Let's build with all the peoples of the world our vision. Let's shift in the next 10 years from weaponry to livingry. Let's make that the goal of our campaign. And let's ask how to do it. And let's pray for it together. And let's call the genius together to design it. And let's convert the military-industrial complex, which has genius, to the great acts, joining with all the rest of us to build it. Now, as I do this, and as I say it, I feel connected to the entire human species. Not only in present but past. Egypt, India, Greece, Islam, Christendom. They've all had it, they've all said it, and it's come to our time. So I would like to conclude with the thought that there are some specifics that we should do. I think it's really wonderful that the Planetary Initiative and this is the first real public announcement of the candidacy, that I should have the privilege of doing it at the Planetary Initiative. Isn't that wonderful? It's truly wonderful. Really wonderful. I would like to pledge myself to work with all of you to see that the Planetary Initiative becomes an ongoing context for United Peoples of Earth.
Yes.
It's got to be. And secondly, I would like to have the opportunity of learning what the various issue groups have come up with, not only here but around the country, and bringing them forth as options in the campaign for a positive future. As Pogo said, we've met the system and it's us. And those of us who live in countries that have free democratic systems really have an obligation to the human race. Because there's some countries in which you can't do this. But the countries like Canada and the United States and certain countries in Europe and England, where we can, we must. I really take this one right by the horns and say we must enter our own political processes. To stand outside at the time of an evolutionary transformation saying nya, 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 nya to the system, it's completely wrong. I'm going to, in my campaign, be asking people, so I commit to the Planetary Initiative, to put my energy into working with Donald and others to make it into that, and to carry whatever I can into our political system where it's applicable. What I will be asking people to do for the sake of the campaign, those of us who are from the United States of America, is several things. One, I'm going to ask people to enter the delegate process and become delegates to the party of their choice. The delegate process is open, and any one of us can go down to our caucus in our district with our friends and try to be elected and enter that process. And I'd like to see as many of you as possible in San Francisco, July of 1984. And what we intend to do in San Francisco, July of 1984, is put on the most powerful demonstration that there is a new constituency in this world for a positive future. Thank you.